At 8:57 p.m., a large, dark figure was captured lurking through the woods. This towering creature moves stealthily from left to right, navigating among the trees. Its chilling appearance doesn't resemble any known animal, prompting both the uploader and viewers to speculate that this might potentially be the legendary Bigfoot. The Italian paranormal investigation channel, PIT, Paranormal Investigation Team, embarks on an exploration of an old underground bunker located deep within a forest in a remote area. Local accounts suggest that the bunker is haunted by soldiers who lost their lives during World War II, with claims of gunshot sounds echoing through the area. Around the 15-minute mark, the team employs a spirit box device, prompting a series of questions that yield peculiar and eerie responses. However, while engaged in their spirit box session, they start hearing strange sounds emanating from the darkness. At this moment, one of the team members, Simone, snaps a photograph and manages to capture something lurking in the shadows.
Practicing endurance to go. What does it mean to go? Oh, madness.
You're not gonna get
Here one moves.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Somebody's got
Here one
I'm gonna get you.
Look,
Hey,
there's a shadow
Make sure to give this viewer
in the middle of
thumbs up,
the
subscribe,
hallway.
and we'll see you next time.
Middle of the hallway.
In the midst of motion, a dark and shadowy figure comes into view, wandering at the far end of one of the bunker's tunnels. The sight of this enigmatic figure sends a shiver down the spines of the paranormal investigators, leaving them unsettled. However, Paolo, seemingly undeterred, decides to separate from the group and set off on his own path through the dimly lit tunnels. What he encounters during his solitary venture leaves him with an even greater sense of unease.
Hey.
He actually heard me with the steps running in angles. Yes. Yes. And that is Swansea. Yes. Wow. Hello.
Så mange djur.
This make you understand there was someone around the corridor. There really was someone. But did you call me? I'm not calling him. I'm calling him. Your cure is there. Your cure is there. That I'm going.
Thanks a lot.
As Paolo ventures alone through one of the dark tunnels, he senses a presence ahead. When he directs the camera down the tunnel, another dark, shadowy figure is observed walking at the far end. Reacting swiftly, Paolo pursues the figure, yet upon reaching the spot where the figure was sighted, it inexplicably vanishes. What amplifies the eerie nature of this encounter is that the path the figure appeared to walk toward is entirely obstructed by rubble. The events captured by PT inside this World War II era bunker raise the question: did the team indeed capture paranormal activity? The unexplained nature of the figures and the impossibility of access to the blocked area add to the intrigue. Explorations at an abandoned building, they stumbled upon the unearthly phenomenon they were actively seeking.
Aren't you going to eat? Look at the figure that's there, dude. Look, Colombians have already burned it. Look at this figure.
What's up?
Oh my god!
It was heard clearly, dude.
That's just the way it is.
Are you following?
I think so, you see. It was
A
heard.
child's voice is clear, dude. Something happened over here on this side, dude. Here. Something happened to Colombia over there.
Someone slurping. Thank you for watching.
Hi,
That's
how
what
are
I'm
you,
talking
YouTube?
about.
Goodbye. This lighter is indeed a good light.
While the ghost hunters were investigating the desolate structure, the distinct voice of a small child echoed, leaving the team visibly startled and caught on camera. On an upper floor, a figure roughly the size of a child was observed, silently observing the unsuspecting ghost hunters before vanishing from view. In another area of the abandoned building, a bone-chilling hiss reverberated, accompanied by a child's voice distinctly calling out, "Mama." Determined to uncover the source of these unnerving sounds, the team pressed on. They opted to use a bell, aiming to summon any spirit believed to dwell within the forsaken building, and their efforts resulted in capturing an eerie occurrence.
Why are you already yawning?
The footage captures a shadowy, child-sized figure darting at an astonishing speed in a different section of the abandoned building. The ghost hunters immediately notice and rush to investigate, only to find the area vacant. Mysterio JL refers to this apparition as a Nino Fantasma, translating to a ghost child in English, a designation shared by their audience. However, as for whether this is indeed a ghost, well, that remains open to interpretation. If it's not a paranormal entity, then the question arises, why would a child be present in an abandoned building all alone, particularly in the dead of night? Your thoughts?
And this is locked. It cannot be opened.
Can't open it.
What a mess.
Hey, I'm out of here.
A while ago my power went out, and I have been hearing very strange noises outside. I lit some candles, but I'm already scared to go out because the noises have already gotten worse. There's someone standing. There's someone standing. What do you want? His face looks pale. His face looks pale. Who are you? Please leave me alone. Leave me alone.
There's nothing, there's nothing, there's nothing, there's nothing.
In the footage, as the camera captures the living room, a peculiar dark figure is seen standing at the far end, seemingly fixated on the person. When the light is switched on, the figure vanishes mysteriously, only to reappear once the room is in darkness again. Strange noises from an upper floor startle the individual, and as the camera pans upward, a door unexpectedly swings open, startling the person. A pale face with dark hair briefly peeks out before swiftly disappearing. Approaching cautiously, the person finds no one in sight despite seeing the figure. In another clip, the individual is awakened by horrifying noises within the apartment, discovering a cloaked figure standing in the living room. Despite calling out, there's no response. When the person removes the sheet, there's nothing there. These chilling videos have left TikTok viewers terrified, with many speculating that a malevolent entity, possibly a demon, is playing tricks and advising the person to have the house blessed immediately. The debate arises, is the home truly haunted by a malevolent entity, as claimed? Or could this be a sensationalized effort for online attention? Your thoughts on this eerie situation? A glue stick placed on the arm of the chair was unexpectedly knocked off by an unseen force. Shortly after, the doll's arm began moving eerily. As the movement seemed to halt, the doll's head turned towards the camera, fixing its gaze in its direction. In a chilling twist, the doll abruptly whipped its head to the left. This unsettling footage has lingered in Paul's thoughts for the past decade. The question remains, was this genuinely unexplainable activity, or could it have been a carefully crafted hoax? The following chilling clips are sourced from the TikTok account of Franco Villegas. These eerie videos, showcasing terrifying encounters within his supposedly haunted house, continue to linger in my mind. Despite his consistent uploads, Franco suddenly ceased posting, with his last video dating back to May 2020. Compiling Franco's most frightening videos for today's episode, I aim to revisit these hair-raising moments. While you might have seen a few, a refresher on their creepiness won't hurt, as they continue to resonate with an unsettling vibe.
Alright, I'm gonna try to communicate with the student as he told me. His heart is missing, according to him. Turn on the light.
Bye. Bye.
Okay.
This is Lee Deok-young from ABC News.
If you are here in the bathroom, turn the water back on. Is anyone else quiet here in this house?
My life is in danger.
You.
Anyway, I keep my... No, I am leaving. Did you try in the first episode?
close the door. Oh, really? Almost?
I respect you.
Franco is abruptly awakened by peculiar noises originating from another section of his house. Then, without explanation, his shower begins operating on its own, turning off and on intermittently. On a different night, the light in Franco's home moves erratically, followed by his bedroom door autonomously slamming shut. As he looks towards the door, a dark figure with what appears to be glowing eyes stares directly at Franco before the door forcefully shuts. Upon investigating, the figure has vanished. During another unsettling incident, while playing with his cat, a strange noise startles Franco. He turns to find the dark figure staring eerily at him. Charging towards it, Franco discovers the figure has disappeared. Tired of these restless and unnerving experiences, Franco, in a bid to feel safer, decides to install a CCTV camera at the top of the stairs to monitor the strange occurrences. Following a sudden flash of light, an enigmatic female figure is spotted standing motionless before abruptly disappearing as Franco rushes down the stairs. Determined to capture any further anomalies, Franco decides to readjust the camera, placing it in his bedroom, focusing on the door where the figure had appeared on prior eerie nights. The footage he manages to capture leaves him deeply unsettled. After a slow creak, the bedroom door opens on its own, revealing the haunting figure peering into Franco's room, staring directly at him while he sleeps. Since his last video posts in 2020, Franco Velagus has been absent, leading TikTok users to speculate that this ominous presence might be connected to his disappearance. However, determining whether Franco's experiences were genuinely haunted by something malevolent or were solely for attention remains uncertain. The question of authenticity versus seeking views remains unanswered. What's your take on this mysterious situation? The individual managing the JBSHT 20 and 6 YouTube channel has been consistently posting videos for the past 11 years. However, among the myriad of videos on the channel, only one delves into the realm of the paranormal. Approximately 3 years ago, he departed his residence in Washington for a vacation in Oregon. During his absence, he received an unusual notification from the security camera installed in his home.
Has caught footage of something pretty baffling. The video starts off with employees of the store looking over at security footage from last night. But as they continue to watch, something happens that spooks them out of their minds. Take a look.
Tá aqui, pô, tá não. Não, lá vem, ó. Tá vendo? Lá no cantinho, ó. Lá no cantinho, ó. Daí, ó. Tá vendo?
Jesus da glória, é uma pessoa com manto.
Ele tá muito alto. Olha aí, tá flutuando agora, tá flutuando. Tá na mesma altura que ele tá fazendo. Tá naquela TV lá.
Ele não tem pé não, ó.
Isso aí já é flutuando. Foi aquela hora que ele disparou lá. Foi. Mas não vem aqui não, pô. Tá doido?
Meu Deus do céu. Cara, ele é muito grande, bicho.
Ele vai sumir ali, ele vai sumir, ó. Atenção. Ó, ele some, né?
A mysterious figure appears out of nowhere and makes its way across the store. It appears to be cloaked in a white garment, as it seemingly floats above ground. According to one of the workers, it doesn't appear to have feet, which viewers believe is enough evidence to prove this as being supernatural. Given its oddly stiff composure, viewers are further convinced that this was something otherworldly. So then, was a ghost caught on camera, or had something else appeared on tape? Coming through, it isn't until later that the doctors arrive with the sick patient, who according to them, passed away only hours later. The paramedic then stops recording. Now, it was only after finishing work that the paramedic had watched this video and noticed something strange about it. Looking back at the footage, they noticed that during the time they were waiting outside for the doctors to arrive, something unusual was caught in the background. If you look closely at the hallway inside the hospital, a dark, shadow-like figure can be seen standing at the end of the hall. It's there for just a few seconds before suddenly disappearing from sight. The paramedic has no idea as to who or even what this might have been, but judging by its appearance, viewers believe that an entity of some sort was seen. They further add that this entity might have been death itself, considering that the patient in this video passed away that same day. Yet it's still not sure as to what was captured. But one thing that's certain is that whoever or whatever this was didn't seem to belong in this hospital. It remains unknown as to who or what was caught on camera. Unexplainable on camera, this next one shows something highly unusual. Joanna Pascoe posted the following video after noticing something peculiar inside her daughter's bedroom. Her daughter, named Evelyn, is Joanna's first child who was fortunately born without birth defects. Before Evelyn, she was pregnant twice, but tragically, she had lost both pregnancies from having 2 miscarriages. Ever since experiencing this traumatic event, Joanna has been very caring towards Evelyn. She would constantly look over at the baby monitor to see what she was up to, but one day, she had looked over and saw the strangest thing. While checking on Evelyn, she sees this.
Okay, that's not possible. What the f is that? What is that? What is it? Look at the way, look! It's lingering. Is it the light outside? Like, there's no pinhole, empty, like, the curtains, I pulled the curtains closed. And it's not leaving. It's getting near her. Oh my god. Did she just touch it? Where did it go?
A small ball of light can be seen floating around Evelyn's crib. It seems to follow wherever she goes and doesn't seem to go anywhere else beyond the crib. Even stranger is that Evelyn appears to see the ball of light and even chase it. It's as though whatever this is interacting with Joanna's daughter. Among many things, viewers believe this may have been one of the spirits of Joanna's unborn children playing with Evelyn. Others think this might have been a guardian angel or an entity of some kind. Regardless of what this might have been, Joanna feels comforted by this mysterious presence. To her, it's as though something else is looking over Evelyn. Given how much she cares for her daughter, she doesn't mind having something else look after her child. Very strange while taking a walk through a secluded forest. Both friends were shooting a video for a small project, but little did they know that the spot they were shooting at had a chilling history. The story goes that a few years ago, a boyfriend and girlfriend were camping somewhere deep inside this forest where nobody could see them. The reason for choosing this spot was so that no one would catch them doing drugs. But this was a bad idea. Within just a few hours of taking a hard substance, the boyfriend suddenly falls to the ground and begins to convulse. He had taken too much and eventually passed away. Immediately, the girlfriend began to scream for help, but nobody came. Now sadly, she too had passed away, but her cause of death remains unknown. It wasn't until much later that the police arrived and found their bodies. Ever since then, the forest has been said to be haunted by the spirit of the couple. Although some believe this, the following footage has left many wondering if something haunts this place. The two friends are walking alone inside this forest when this is captured.
What if I screamed to scare the demons? They would mimic your scream. That never scared me anyway. Maybe it's just a bunch of kids trying to summon demons. That in the forest we're in? Yeah.
Upon listening closely, the sound of faint screams can be heard coming from the forest. The two girls initially shrug it off as they think it might be some kids playing around in the woods. But as they continue to listen, they begin to realize that the screams are getting louder and more frequent.
The more you listen, the less scary it sounds. The more I listen, the more scary it sounds. I sound like one of those now. Oh, you gotta get Yeah.
The screams seem to be coming from someone who needs help. However, the source of the screams can't be found. Given the history of this place, which is said to be haunted, the two girls quickly fled in a panic. It's unknown as to who was screaming, but many viewers think that calling the police would have been the right thing to do, as it could be that someone was crying for help. While some believe that this might have been the spirit of the girlfriend who passed away in this forest, others can't help but think that this was an actual person in need of help. If that's the case, then this video becomes a whole lot scary. Now the girls eventually did call the police, but the rest of the story is unknown. So then, just what exactly was going on inside this forest? As with most videos whose original source is unknown,